Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Sorry, I have a glass because the pollen is very high. We are in the park here. You can hear the birds. There is a river behind me. I'm in the Fenway area. This is called the Emerald Necklace of Boston. So another day. Let's do some yoga. Let's get in touch with the inner self. Yoga is not just about the physical aspect. We call the asanas. That is 12 steps. And it's very important you learn how to practice yamas and ayamas, learn about your diet, learn about meditation, learn about the breath, pranayama. This is all part of yoga. Once again, there is 8 steps. It's morning, it's early in the morning, it's about 8 o'clock. It's always nice to start gentle in your body when it's in the morning. So today, we're gonna start in the sit position here. Bring your hands in front of the heart in the prayer position. Lift your shoulders, lift your crown, lift your elbows a little bit. Focus on the breath. Be quiet for a second here. And we're gonna take a deep breath and release with the sound of Om. So inhaling up. Release your hands, take a breath, bring your hands in the top of the knee. Let's start gentle rotation here. Just bring your right hand over the left knee, twisting a little bit without force. Always elongate your spine, coming back to the opposite side. First movement you should do gentle, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Back to center, take a breath. Drop your left hand in the floor, inhaling the right arm over the right ear, spread your right fingers wide open. You can drop your elbow to the floor if it works for you, but go gentle without forcing the body. First movement should be gentle, inhaling and exhaling. Long deep breaths here, long deep breaths. Once more, going to the left. It's a beautiful morning here. It's surrounded by greenery here, big trees, grass, birds sing. There's a lot of geese here, a lot of ducks in the river. It's always good to practice yoga near nature. There's always a block in the right hand side. Have a yoga belt in case you need it. And we're gonna start laying your back today here. Once again, I say it's in the morning. When you lay on your back, let your body sink onto the floor here. Make sure your head rests in the middle of the back of the head. Bend your knees. Separate your feet a little bit wider than the hips. And then bend your elbows around shoulder height. Bend your elbows around shoulder height, palms facing up. And stay here for a second. You may close your eyes or not. And let your body adjusting to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out, inhaling and exhaling. Long deep breaths. Long deep breaths. This is a very restorative pose for the spine. After a long day of work or in the morning, depends the bed you sleep, it's always good to let your back relax in a hard, flat surface, like in the floor, for instance. And just breathing. Let the gravity work in your body here. Take a deep breath, inhaling very slow, bend your knee, bring your hands outside the knee, keep your head to the floor, and gentle bring your knees forward. You have a straight arm, and let your knees coming down to the side as much as works for you here. And breathing, long deep breath. Very slowly start to make circles with your feet. Go to one side, or waking up the feet, waking up the joints in the calves and the ankles. Going to the opposite side. Take a long deep breath here, long deep breath. Once again, let it go the movement, knee coming to the side. Take a breath, inhaling slowly. Bring your knees close to each other. Take a breath, open your arms, shoulder height, palms facing down.
Point your toes to the floor and point your knees to the ceiling and start to small circles. Very small circles. It's very good to the sacrum. And going to the opposite side. Once again, I do small versions of the movement. You can add more movement, especially those movements in the beginning. It's very juicy, very good. Let it go the movement. Take a breath here. Slowly, once again, bring your knees over your chest. Hug your knees, swing a little bit to one side to the other. Gentle movement, once again, it's very early in the morning. Take a breath, straighten the right leg. Interlace your fingers over the right knee. Do not let your right leg come to the floor. Just flexing your feet, the right foot, and pressing the foot away from the hip. And bring your left knee towards your chest. Keep your feet flexed. Keep breathing and gentle lengthening the right leg here. Breathing in, breathing out, inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Release your hands, switch side. Interlace the fingers over the right knee, straighten the left leg, flexing the feet, and pressing the left foot away from the body. And breathing, long deep breath, long deep breath, long deep breath. Release your hands, bring your feet to the floor. It's time to open your feet a little bit to the edge of the yoga mat. Open your arms again, shoulder height, this time palms facing down. Knees coming to the edge of the yoga mat. Take a breath, inhaling and going to the left, and you gaze your right hand. Inhaling up, exhaling, going to the opposite side, right side, and gaze in the left hand. This is called windshield wiper. That once again, very good movement for the hips. And breathing, long deep breath here. Inhaling and exhaling, long deep breath. Take a breath, let it go the movement. Once again, you can repeat the movement many times. Once again, this time bring your hands outside the knee. Swing a little bit to one side to the other. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Straighten the right leg. Flex in the right foot. Drop your left foot in the top of the right thigh. Bring your right hand outside the left knee. We're going to scooch to the right. Bring your left arm shoulder height. Just not force, just go a little bit. Go as much as works for you. The knee doesn't have to touch the floor. The more important, keep your left shoulder in the floor. Your foot flex and breathing, long deep breath. Releasing, straighten the left leg, adjusting the body, bending the right knee, drop your right foot over the left thigh, left hand outside the right knee, scooching to the side, right arm, shoulder height, palms facing down. Once again, just go a little bit without force. And breathing, long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Back to center, straight the leg, adjust your body again, bend your knees again, take a breath. If you don't have back problem, this is an excellent exercise. You go very slow and gentle, start swinging forward and backward. Coming to the top of your sit bones, coming to the top of your shoulders. Once again, do this exercise if you don't have problem. And you come into a sit position. In the sit position, bring your feet together. You may grab your toes, a little butterfly here. Elongate your spine. Just open the hip, elongate your spine. Have a good grip in your toes with your index and your thumbs. Find a balance in your sit bones. Lift your feet off the floor. Take a breath and very slowly inhaling. Straighten the leg. Bring your sternum forward. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Long deep breath. Slowly coming down. This time you're going to go to a table position. Once again, start in the table position. Hands under the shoulders, knee under the hips. Elongate your spine. Take a breath here. We're gonna do very gentle cats and crow, inhaling. You curve your low back. The geese is look at me. And you inhaling up. Exhaling. You bring your chin to your sternum and you curve your thorax spine. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling up. Exhaling. So this I recommend to do a lot of sets. Just do quickly to make the video a little bit short. Inhaling. Lifting your right leg. Pointing your right toes. Take a breath, lifting the left arm. Spread your left fingers, spread your right toes. You lengthen your arms, lengthen your legs. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Long deep breath. Take a breath, bring your left hand to the floor. Cross your right leg over the left. Drop your toes in the floor and you gaze over the left shoulder. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling, bring your right leg back. Take another breath. Fire hydrant in the right hand side. The knee, the foot, and the thigh should be parallel to the floor. Make small circles with your knee. Just a gentle movement. Keep your arms straight. Take a breath, straighten the right leg. Take another breath. Drop your knee down to the floor. Adjust yourself in the table. Take a breath here, lifting the left leg. Pointing your left toes. Take a breath, inhaling. Lift your right arm. Spread your right fingers. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Lengthen the arms, lengthening the leg, and breathing. Drop in the right hand. Cross your right foot. Your right leg, drop in the toes, gaze over the right shoulder. Keep your legs straight and breathing. Long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Lifting your left leg back. Keep your arms straight. Fire hydrant in the left hand side. And in small circles. You go to one side and then you go into the opposite side and breathing. Straighten the leg, pointing the toes, adjust your arms, drop your left foot, left knee to the floor. Adjust yourself in the table, take a breath here. We're going to thread the needle, take a breath, inhaling, lift the right arm. Cross the right arm under the right shoulder, drop your head to the floor, keep your left hand across from your eyesight, curl your left toes, and then lift in the left knee. So you have a straight left leg. Swing your left arm behind your sacrum. So to help you to bring your left shoulder and your hip back and lift in the left leg. And find a balance. It's always good when you press your fingers back to the floor. You help to find a balance. Inhaling, lifting the left arm up. Straight arm, spread your fingers, your toes. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Take a breath, bring your left hand to the floor, bring your knee to the floor, adjust yourself in the table again. Take a long deep breath here. I'm gonna switch side so I have a good view. Once again, hands under the shoulders in a neutral position. Take a breath, inhaling, lifting the left arm, thread the needle under, drop in the head, roll your right toes, straighten the right leg, lift in the right leg, right hand behind your sacrum. Take a breath, and the last step, inhaling the right arm up. I didn't do it the other side, but there is another version. If you are good in balance, you can bend your knee, grab your ankle, but you have to bring your knee back, pressing back. It's a little bit more intense and more advanced. Balance is challenge. Just go slow and gentle and focus on the breath. Bring your right hand down, coming back to a table position. Adjust yourself in the sit position here. I like to sit in the Japanese style. You elongate your spine. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Let your hands rest your knees. Maybe with the palms facing up. Your toes touch each other.
I'm gonna start a very gentle movement. Bring your chin to your sternum. Inhaling to the side. Exhaling, coming down. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. This is the first movement. Always I like to do the movement with the neck. Take a lot of tension. Drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale your right arm. Grab your left ear and bring the ear a little bit more close to the shoulder. You can lift your left arm. You lengthen your arm. You elongate. Spread the fingers. Take a long deep breath. Lift your sternum. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Switch side very gentle. Releasing your right hand. Bring the left ear over the left shoulder. Right hand over the right ear. And lengthen, elongate the right arm. And breathing. Long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Back to center. Take a breath. I'm gonna take the shirt because it starts to get very humid here. It's very wet in the grass. It's very humid. The sun is shining. And nothing better than feel warm in your body when you practice yoga. Back to the body, back to the breath. Take a long deep breath here. Once again, and coming back to the table, rolling my toes. We go into down dog. Make sure your hands under the shoulder. Make sure you spread your fingers wide open. I lift my knees a little bit off the floor. Take a breath. First, you bring your belly towards your thighs, and then you straighten your legs. Separate your feet a little bit wider than the hips. Make sure your heels is behind your back. First movement, be gentle. Straight your arms, straight leg, and just breathing here. Long deep breath. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Drop your knees back to the table, to the floor, to your yoga mat. Take a long deep breath here. Inhaling, exhaling, down dog. Inhaling, exhaling. Make all the micro adjustment your body calling for. Take a breath, back to the floor. Adjust yourself in the table. Take a long deep breath here. Third time, inhaling, back to down dog. Breathing in, breathing out, inhaling, exhaling. Very slowly, you're gonna bring my shoulders over the hands. You're gonna adjust yourself in the plank. Make sure your hands under the shoulder in the plank. Take a breath here, inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Bend your elbows, keep your elbows close to the floor. Dropping Chaturanga Dandasana, inhaling up in upward facing dog. And breathing, long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Exhaling, down dog. Close your eyes, stay here for a couple breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Bring your knees to the floor. Open your knees a little bit to the side. You're gonna sunken down in child pose. Elbows in the floor, hands in the floor, forehead in the floor. When you open your knees a little bit, you'll be able to bring your sit bones a little bit close to the heels. If you don't have a little belly, you can bring your knees close to each other. You're gonna work more in the muscles in the low back. Child pose is restorative pose. Stay here, breathing in, breathing out. Another pose you can do here, you can go to embryo, swing your hands, grab your ankles, keep your forehead in the floor, and try to bring your elbows towards the floor. To coming back, really good grip in your heels. Lift yourself, take a breath, adjust your knees, coming back to the table, adjust yourself in the table, curl your toes, take a breath, inhaling, exhaling, down dog. Breathing in, breathing out, inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Step your right foot in the center, put the weight over the right leg, inhaling, lifting your left leg. Bend your left knee,
Let your foot go as far back as works for you. And breathing. Do not let your hips sink. Take a deep breath here, and you can flip the dog. Drop your left foot, inhaling, lifting the left arm. Let the left arm go as far back as works for you. Spread your fingers. Take a long deep breath. Long deep breath. Gaze in the floor. Bring your left hand to the floor. Lifting straight in your left leg. Bring your left foot down. Adjust yourself in down dog again. Take a breath. Knees to the floor. Back to child. Stay here for a couple seconds, child. Going to the opposite side. Lift yourself in the table. Adjust yourself in the table. Curl your toes. Take a breath. Down dog. Breathe in. Breathing out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Long deep breath. Step in the left foot in the center. Inhaling. Lifting the right leg. Pointing your right toes. Bend your right knee. Let your foot go as far as works for you. Take a breath. Flipping the dog. And breathing here. Beautiful day. Enjoying the fresh air in the park. Breathing in. Breathing out. Gaze in the floor. Right hand down. Lifting the right leg. Slowly bring your foot to the floor. Adjust your feet. Back to down dog. Knees to the floor. Back to child pose. Totally melting down here. Totally melting down. This sequence are done. You can do several times this sequence. I just did one sequence to make the video not so long. We're gonna lay in your belly. Let your head rest on one side for a start. I keep my head up because the mic is in my ears. And then bring your chin, nose or forehead to the floor. Open your arms, shoulder height, palms facing down. Take a breath here. Inhaling, exhaling. Engage your pubic bone to the floor. Start with your feet together. Lifting the right leg. Pointing your right toes. And breathing. You are in Ardha Shalabhasana, half log pose. Keep your right leg straight. Keep your pubic bone engaged into the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Drop your right foot. Let your head rest in the left hand side for a second. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, either chin, nose, or forehead to the floor. Take a breath. Engage in the pubic bone. Lifting the left leg. Engage in the left leg. Lengthening the leg. Pointing the left toes. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Left leg to the floor. Bring your head to rest in the right hand side. Melting down for a second. Once again, chin, nose, or forehead. Bring your hands outside your chest here. Sorry, very wet, the grass. Keep your elbows close to the body. Feet together. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. Lifting to the cobra. Bhujangasana. Bring your heart, bring your gaze forward. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Bring yourself to the table. Adjust yourself in the table. Curl your toes. Back to down dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling. And we come into the plank again. Make sure your hands under the shoulders. And we're going to supported plank. Drop one elbow down, the other one down, right under the shoulders. It's a very powerful pose to work in the core. Focus in the core, in the belly button. Take a breath here. Very subtle movement. Press your heels back. Take another breath. Lift your thighs without lifting the buttocks. Lift your shoulders away from the elbows. And breathing. Long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling, long deep breaths. Long deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Stay here as long as it works for you. Very powerful pose. A lot of energy and very good way to engage in the core. Take a breath, move your hips forward, drop your hips in the floor, adjust your feet, and you come into the Sphinx. Bring your heart and bring your gaze forward. And here in the Sphinx, you can turn your head to one side, back to center, turn it to the opposite side. Very gentle movement on one side, back to center, again, back to center. Bring your heart and your gaze forward. And here you can do the lion pose. In the lion pose, you stick your tongue out of your mouth, and you very coming from the throat, you are forceful for ha. This is a very powerful exercise, the lion pose. You really clean up all your upper body respiratory system. Take a breath, bring your forehead to the floor, hands outside your chest, keep your elbows close your body, close your throat, close your toes, lifting up. You're on the plank again, down dog again. Walk your hands towards your feet. Bend your knees a little bit, enough folding forward. Bring your hands in the top of the knee. Start to gazing forward. Drop your tailbone down. Gazing forward. Bring your arms to frame your ears. You are in the chair pose. Make adjustment here. Bring your knees back. A little curve in the low back. Gaze between your hands. Bring your shoulders back. You are in Utkatasana, the chair pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Hands to the heart. Take a breath. A little more advanced in this pose. Lift your heels off the floor. Take a breath. Bring your arms again. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Drop your heels to the floor. Another variation is very intense. Bring your knees close to each other. Lift your heels. And lift your heels off the floor. And breathing. Drop your heels down. Slowly inhaling up. Palms together. Hands in the heart. Close your eyes for a second. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. We're not gonna do a lot of standing pose. We're gonna just maybe do one standing pose. Just the 3 today to complete the cycle. We always have to do something. Lay in your back, in your belly, standing up, in the knees and the elbows. Today you're gonna do just one pose. You're gonna do the 3, Vrichyasana. Put the weight over the right leg. It's a very traditional pose. Bend your knee. Press your foot against the inner thigh against the foot. Hands in the heart. Lift your sternum, lift your gaze. Take a breath, inhaling up. The variation you can do with your arms here. This is the Ashtanga way. It's a school of yoga with the palms together over your crown. Breathing in, breathing out. And our variation, straight your arms, spread your fingers wide open. And breathing, long deep breath here. You can bend your elbows. You can do a mudra, the chin mudra here. And breathing, long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Palms together, hands in your heart, stepping down. Take a breath, adjust your body, put the weight over the left leg, bending the right knee. If you have a problem with the balance, you always can use a hands against the wall, against the chair, just to help to find a balance. Balance is very challenging. Every day is different. So take a breath, bend your right foot, press your foot against the inner thigh, never against the knee, either above or below, hands in the heart. Once again, lift your sternum, lift your crown, take a breath, inhaling up. Breathing in, breathing out, inhaling, exhaling, long deep breath. Straight your arms, spread the fingers, take a long deep breath here, long deep breath. Bend your elbows in the chin mudra, the mudra to seeking knowledge. Hands in the heart, take a breath, stepping down. Breathing in, breathing out. Always have your feet under the hips so you really have your body support. We're gonna coming down to the floor, inhale your arms up, bring your palms together, bring your hands in front of the heart in the prayer position, lift your heels, get yourself taller, press your heels against each other,
and very slowly coming down in Malasana. Very slowly coming down in Malasana. Stay here for a couple breaths. Malasana is a prayer position. You are very supported here. Sit in your heels, elongate. Take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Once again, every video I try to do a little different samples, things you can do. We did a lot of movement laying your back. Today, I'm going to go straight to pranayama with the breath. You're gonna sit in your buttocks. There is many ways to sit, whatever works for you here. If you sit in a comfortable way with your legs crossed in one way, try to sit in a different way, even cross the different leg in front. You can sit in Padasana, when you cross your feet. The important thing is your knees be below your hips. Elongate your spine. Let your hands rest your knees, preferably with the palms facing up. You can have your hands in the mudra here, the chin mudra. There is a lot of mudras you can do here. Whatever works for you, take a long deep breath here. Long deep breath. Today you're gonna do a little bit meditation. It's early in the morning. It's always good to start the day with meditation, so you can clean up your spirit, your mind, work any goals you have in life. When you focus on the breath, when you let it go, you surrender yourself, just focus on the breath. Don't even put an effort to breathe. Just close your eyes or have a soft gaze. Bring your chin a little bit towards your sternum. Meditation is not what you're thinking. So let it go, any thought process. Just not pay attention to your thoughts. Stay quiet. Very slowly, bring your hands in front of the heart in the prayer position. Elongate your spine. Take a breath here. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. To finish the class today, you're gonna finish with a Om breath. Inhaling up. Namaste. Thank you for being with me today here, wherever you are in this small planet. Be mind, we are nothing if we are not connected to the others, if we are not help others. We are part of we are not one individual, we are part of the whole universe. We all connect, if we wanna or not. So it's a time to generate new consciousness in the planet. It's time to new attitudes. It's time to transform ourselves. We cannot keep going the same way we have been. It's time to change. Looking deep inside yourself and find the change you can do to make this planet a better place. Thank you.